In a move that has taken the WWE Universe by complete surprise, CM Punk has just made one of the most controversial and unpredictable decisions in recent wrestling history. The former WWE champion and notorious straight shooter, long known for standing alone and waging war against the system, has aligned himself with none other than Roman Reigns, the tribal chief and head of the table, forming a stunning alliance that has left fans around the world speechless. But that's not all. There's a third piece to this puzzle, a mysterious, unnamed partner whose identity remains shrouded in secrecy, making this trio the most talked-about group in WWE heading into Money in the Bank 2025. For weeks, speculation had been mounting about how Roman Reigns would respond to the growing threat of Seth Rollins' powerful faction. With Paul Heyman pulling the strings behind the scenes and the sheer physical dominance of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed backing him up, Rollins has built an empire that seemed untouchable. No one has been able to mount a serious challenge until now. With time running out before one of WWE's biggest events of the year, Reigns knew he needed reinforcements. But absolutely no one expected those reinforcements to come in the form of CM Punk, a man who has spent the better part of a decade criticizing Reigns' rise to power and calling out WWE's power structure. The shocking moment unfolded live during an electrifying episode of SmackDown. Roman Reigns was in the middle of delivering one of his signature promos, asserting his dominance and warning his enemies, when suddenly the unmistakable sound of Cult of Personality blared through the arena. The crowd erupted as CM Punk made his way to the ring, his expression unreadable. Tension filled the air as fans and commentators alike expected a clash, perhaps even a full-blown brawl. Instead, Punk stepped between the ropes, stood face-to-face with Reigns, and said 6 words that would change everything. "You need me, and I need you." What followed was even more surreal. Without a word, Reigns extended his hand. Punk accepted. The two locked eyes in mutual understanding. Or was it mutual suspicion? As the crowd tried to make sense of what they were witnessing, Reigns gestured toward the entrance ramp. Suddenly, the lights went out. When they came back on, a hooded figure stood between them, dressed in black, face obscured, identity unknown. Just as the crowd began to buzz with speculation, Rollins' faction rushed the ring, spoiling any chance of the third partner being revealed. The 3 aligned wrestlers, Punk, Reigns, and the unknown figure, fought off the attack as best they could before making a strategic retreat. But the message was loud and clear. Something big is happening, and nothing in WWE will ever be the same again. Since that moment, speculation has reached a fever pitch. The internet is flooded with theories. Who was the masked ally? Could it be a returning Randy Orton, stepping in to shake things up? Is it Bray Wyatt, coming back to haunt the WWE with a new persona? Or is it someone entirely new, a wild card who's been waiting for the right moment to make an earth-shattering debut? No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain. This mysterious third man is key to understanding just how dangerous this alliance could become. Meanwhile, fans and analysts alike are questioning CM Punk's motives. Why would he, of all people, join forces with someone he's spent so much time criticizing? Could this be a short-term deal made out of necessity, or is Punk planning something far more sinister? There are rumors swirling that Punk agreed to the alliance only after Reigns promised him a future shot at the WWE Championship. However, those familiar with Roman Reigns know that promises from the tribal chief come with strings attached. With Reigns, nothing is ever simple, and nothing is ever guaranteed. Backstage reactions have only fueled the drama. Paul Heyman was reportedly seen in a rare state of panic, furiously making phone calls and scrambling to find a counter-strategy. Sources say he's deeply worried about what this new trio could mean for Rollins' faction and the power structure he's helped build. The balance of power in WWE is shifting rapidly, and there's a growing sense that the days of Rollins' dominance could be numbered. With Money in the Bank just around the corner, the stakes couldn't be higher. This pay-per-view was already one of the most anticipated events of the year, but now it has become absolutely unmissable. Fans are glued to their screens, anxiously waiting for more clues, more reveals, more chaos. Will this fragile alliance between Punk and Reigns hold long enough to take down their common enemies? Or will it implode under the weight of ego, mistrust, and ambition? And what role will the mysterious third partner play in all of this? As the countdown to Money in the Bank continues, one thing is certain: WWE is entering uncharted territory. The alliance between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, once thought impossible, has become a reality, and it has already turned the entire company on its head. Add in a hidden wild card, a shaken Paul Heyman, a dominant but vulnerable faction, and one of the most volatile atmospheres in recent memory, and you have the recipe for a historic showdown. The wrestling world is holding its breath. Alliances will be tested, secrets will be revealed, and betrayals may be inevitable. So stay tuned, keep your eyes on the ring, and don't blink, because the unholy alliance is here, and WWE will never be the same again. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your predictions, because Money in the Bank 2025 isn't just a show this year. It's a turning point. Breaking news has sent shockwaves through the wrestling world. CM Punk has made a jaw-dropping move that no one saw coming. In an unexpected twist, the outspoken icon known as the voice of the voiceless has aligned himself with none other than Roman Reigns, forming an unlikely partnership that's turning the WWE Universe upside down just days before Money in the Bank 2025. And if that wasn't enough, they're bringing in a third partner, a still unidentified mystery figure, making this alliance one of the most unpredictable and potentially dangerous trios WWE has ever seen. For months, Seth Rollins and his dominant faction, featuring Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed, have ruled WWE unchecked, overpowering their rivals with ruthless efficiency. But Roman Reigns knew he needed reinforcements if he had any hope of breaking their grip on the company. No one, however, could have imagined he'd turn to CM Punk, a man who spent years publicly criticizing Reigns and everything he represents. The two have been fierce rivals, and Punk's decision to stand beside Reigns has left fans stunned and speculation running wild. The moment everything changed happened live on SmackDown, when CM Punk interrupted one of Reigns' promos, and the audience braced themselves for yet another war of words, or a physical confrontation. Instead, Punk stepped into the ring, stared Reigns down, and offered his hand. "You need me, and right now I need you," he said with ice in his voice. Reigns paused, then smirked and shook his hand. As the crowd erupted, he pointed toward the entrance. The lights went out. When they came back on, a shadowy figure in a black hood stood between them. Before the mystery ally's identity could be revealed, Rollins and his faction stormed the ring, forcing the new trio to retreat. But the message was unmistakable: WWE's most volatile, shocking trio marks the beginning.